The liquidations have started. This market is now starting to pick on the 99% of people who are asking for trouble. You can see the liquidations coming in. We spoke about this yesterday. Bitcoin getting that pullback. Should we be worried? Does this mean this excitement is now over? How am I playing this market? I'm going to break that down and a lot more. You can see some painful 4-hourly candles coming in today. These are hourly candles I'm showing you here. 1.85%, then another 1% down, then you had another % down. Quite a painful day today, but really when you zoom out, should we be worried? We need to break this down. Has Bitcoin hit its capacity? Is it done? Is the bull market over? We're going to break that down. First and foremost, should we be surprised, right? When you've seen extended moves, the longer these extended moves, like I said in yesterday's video, the more powerful the pullbacks, the more sharper those liquidations are. And I've said time and time again, guys, be very, very careful. Market makers are searching for liquidity in both directions. They will snatch below, they will snatch above. They want these dark yellow lines, and their job all day long is to liquidate, zap, 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 zap you out of your positions, because they can see your stop losses, whether you're short in the market or long in the market. They see you, they know exactly what you're doing, and that is why the biggest winner over the last few weeks, yes, we've been holding crypto and we've been doing well, but the biggest winners are these market makers. $1 billion in 24 hours. They've taken $584 million from the longs who got wrecked, those that were longing Bitcoin and got wrecked. Then they took another $500 million from those who were shorting Bitcoin. They win in either direction. So your job is to not be their fodder. Your job is to not be overzealous. If you're just participating in spot and being sensible and DCAing like our friend Michael Saylor, who we looked into yesterday, is doing, you're in a good place. If you're just buying and waiting, buying from positions of strength and waiting for pullbacks, setting limit orders, buying spot, you're doing very well. If you're one of these that are trying to jump in the market and out of the market with leverage positions, 5x, 10x, 50x, you are asking to get wrecked. And people who do not know about crypto, the inexperienced people, will now be the same ones advising you to jump out of Bitcoin, then try to jump back in like it's a hot potato. Those are the people, and I've been through many cycles, those are the people that time and time again get wrecked. It's those who think they can time the market. What you need to do is spend time in the market. If you like Bitcoin, buy, DCA on pullback, set yourself limit orders and get in the market. If you think you can sell all your Bitcoin now at 87, wait for it to go down to 75 and then buy back in, guess what? Chances are you're going to buy back higher, because this market is not predictable, right? It's not easy to do that. So many people get wrecked doing that. They're like, oh, it's going to pull back, I'm going to jump back in here, then I'm going to No, you won't. The market can move so quick. You can get liquidations, then boom, off it goes again. And it's hard to get back in. That's the problem that people don't talk about. It's easy to sell. You can sell your Bitcoin now at 87,000 and you can be like, yep, I'm going to buy in at 70. And then it goes up again. And it goes through 90 and it goes through 92 and 93. And you're like, when am I going to get back in? And you've missed the boat. You've missed the boat then and you've got yourself wrecked. Equivalently, you don't want to be FOMOing in at the top, right? You don't want to be chasing buying at 90,000 or just shy of 90,000 on the candlestick we had a little while ago. 89.983. We were $17 away from hitting that 90,000 price target we've been speaking about. Now, a few things we need to speak about. Why is this market kind of just having a little bit of a hesitation? Well, first and foremost, the market is having to unwind for all the news that Trump is good for crypto and growth. That's good. But remember, he does have a view on how he's going to play with his tariffs. And that is leading the market to start unwinding. And we saw this after the election win, start unwinding what they had priced in terms of rate cuts for 2025. So now they're starting to price in less rate cuts for 2025, which of course leads to a little bit of rotation out. So that is one of the concerns we are seeing in the market. We also have very important economic data this week, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that data. First and foremost, we have the first one, which is some Fed officials speaking. We spoke about that. You've got Waller, you've got Kashkari, those guys will be speaking. But then more importantly, we start getting our figures from tomorrow. You're going to get a CPI reading tomorrow, and then on Thursday you're going to get PPI inflation. Very important that inflation continues to show trends and signs that it's coming to the downside. That is what the investors and markets will be looking for, and we need that if we want to continue to sustain. That being said, Bitcoin's move here over the last kind of week or so has been has been in spite of the fact that the dollar index has had some strong days. Dollar index did not get rejected in our red zone where we needed it to. It didn't. It's showing strength. So this is a contradictory thing, right? When Bitcoin is correlated to the markets, you see that you need the dollar index to go down for Bitcoin to do well. But here you've got dollar index going up, and yet Bitcoin's still doing well. This is because Bitcoin is that guy. Bitcoin is that guy. When it wants to break trends, it will do whatever it likes. Throw your TA in the bin. Throw your fundamentals in the bin. Bitcoin, when it wants to pump, it will just pump. When it decides that the recipe is right for it to move and it's time for the bull market, it just goes. Right? And that's what we're seeing right now. We're seeing this decoupling going on where even though dollar index is posting strong gains here and it's trending to the upside, Bitcoin doesn't care. It was behind the curve and it wants to catch up. And so it doesn't matter what's going on right now. It wants to price in the supply shock, which is that the supply of Bitcoin is reducing and there is not enough and people want it. And fundamentally, that is what I always come back to. Whenever I'm wondering, oh, should I be holding Bitcoin in the tough times when it goes down after the FTX crash and, CZ gets arrested and all this other stuff going on, I ask myself, wait, there's a limited supply. There's 21 million Bitcoin ever going to be minted, of which millions have been lost. Let's say there's 18 million actually up for grabs. Most of that already in strong whale hands who aren't going to sell / don't need to sell. If every single millionaire in the world wanted just one Bitcoin, if they woke up today after this, excitement here in the market, they've spoken to their wealth manager or spoken to someone in their office and said, go get me one of those Bitcoins. If every single millionaire in the world just did that, not because they believe in Bitcoin, just because they want one. They want one. It doesn't mean you believe in Bitcoin and you're a big crypto advocate. No, they just wanted one. There's not enough to go around. Right? And this is what you call supply and demand. This is the fundamentals of economics. And so when I'm investing in it, yes, on the one side, I've got the thesis that fiat currency across the globe is garbage. That includes the US dollar. It's inflating every single day, right? They're devaluing it every single day, and this central bank will do the same. Eventually, they will quantitative ease and print money again. They are devaluing their currency. So I don't want to be in their currency. I want to be in crypto. When you couple that with the supply shock, which is that there's just not enough to go around, you've got a recipe of an asset class that is doing what you're seeing in front of you, which is knocking on the door of 90,000. Now, just to jump back into our price targets, which we spoke about yesterday, we have officially wicked and hit the first price target that I set, which is the 1.272 Fibonacci level at 89.5. That is good. Remember what I said, don't be surprised to see a pullback once we hit that level. And exactly that is what's happened, right? Let me show you that on the daily chart. We came, we touched, and we're getting that pullback. Let me show you that on the 4-hourly chart, exactly coming and kissing that line. Let me show you on the 1-hourly chart, coming, kissing that line, and getting a little bit of a rejection. Now, the question is going to be, how bullish is this market now, right? Are we super bullish that we're just going to tear through this up to the next target, which is 97.7, or does it need to come collect some support? I prefer support. Right? That being said, if it goes green, I don't care. I can't predict the market. I can just prepare myself to be ready for what the market's going to offer. So if we want to pull back and come retest previous all-time highs at around that 73, 74 level, I would love it. It would allow for some beautiful buys, some beautiful dip. Everybody will be tweeting, oh, look, the 2024 crypto bull run is over, blah, blah, blah. And I would be buying some more. Right? But we may not get that. This market is so amped up right now, so motivated right now, that maybe that pullback is just going to be, kind of what we're seeing now, which is kind of pulling back down on this candle. Let me just get the low of that candle, 82. Maybe we've got a bit more in. Maybe it wants to come down to 77, 78. Maybe we touch some of those levels. There's no guarantee we're coming to the previous all-time high. But I would like to see that. That is good from like a textbook perspective, that when you've broken through a previous all-time high, you come and retest it. We didn't retest. We've just gone, we've just gone, boom, off we go, right? It just ran off. So ideally, I'd want to see a bit of a pullback, start working your way back up, clear this level, and eventually go here. But that being said, this could just decide to have a couple of bad candles, and then off it goes again, up towards the next level. Either way, I'm expecting we work our way towards 97, we work our way to the eventual Fibonacci golden extension of 110,000. Those are the price targets I've got set. Does that mean we can't go beyond? No, we can go beyond, right? But those are the current price points. It's important to remember that when you're looking at crypto right now, it's hard to make a case for it, because what I mean is you don't have support and resistance. Normally when you're setting yourself price targets, you say, okay, we can work ourselves towards the next resistance. Here we don't have that. We're in price discovery. So you have to use things like the Fibonacci golden ratios to give you extensions, to give you key levels that traders and investors will be looking at. Another way to look at it is just look at the sheer market cap, right? Right now, when you look at crypto and you look at Bitcoin specifically, you've got 1.7 trillion market cap. And then you want to compare that to what the total market cap is, which is now knocking on the door of the 3 trillion mark, which is interesting because that 3 trillion mark, which what we're trying to get to, is nearly now, I'm just going to switch up to the weekly, is just wicking and touching the previous all-time high, which we saw back towards the end of 2021 in November when Bitcoin hit just 69,000. So it's interesting that the amount of money we have in the crypto space, think about it, the amount of money we've got in the crypto space right now is just touching shy of that previous all-time high, but back then Bitcoin was only at 69,000. In other words, Bitcoin's now at 86,000, commanding more market cap than it did back then, but the total market cap is the same, which means there is less money in altcoins now than there was, in totality I'm speaking, in November of 2021. So if you think this is the end of the bull market and this is it, if Bitcoin comes and retraces a little bit, you don't know what a bull market is. A bull market is insanity. A bull market is everybody searching crypto, talking crypto. We are getting the remnants of it, right? Like I explained in my previous videos. This is not a fake pump. This is real. People are asking about crypto. People are curious about crypto right now. But this is not the fully fledged bull markets of the past where you will see altcoins moving 10%, 12%, 15% day after day after day. And you'll be like, when is it going to stop? Right? These weekly candles are not a joke here. I mean, if I jump here, let's pick an altcoin. Let's pick Ethereum as a good example, right? If you go back into previous times, these are just weekly candles where it just would not stop. Right? These are weekly candles. Bam, 1 week here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks of just green. Like these are what you call the big bullish moves. Not a couple of days here, not one weekly candlestick. No, multiple weeks where it's just unstoppable, right? And so far here on Bitcoin, we're in our second week. We've just started here on Monday. Now on Tuesday, a second weekly candle. I mean, really, this is the first one and boom, that's our second one. The bull market could be multiple candles like this, where it's 10%, 15%, 10%, 50%, and it's hard to catch it. So, for those of you who are wondering, is this it? Are we done? Did I miss the thing? No, you haven't. But that doesn't mean you FOMO in. You've got to be strategic. You've got to be smart. Those who want to make money need to engage their brain. You don't want to be this $1 billion here like I explained at the beginning. Don't be the easy fodder for the market makers. They've got enough money as it is. I want you guys to make life-changing money, and you can do so in crypto. If you want to trade with me through this crazy market, I'm actively trading. ijazcrypto.com/TG. Come and join me right now. Bybit, BitGet, Mexi, those are the platforms I use to trade. It's super easy. I've even got tutorials explaining how you can start trading today. Go click them, go watch, educate yourself. It'll take a couple of hours and you'll be well on your way to trading. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.